voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello Mr. Kenna, it's Mr. Hussain here, once again leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is Thursday the 11th of July 2024. I've been here leaving your messages since the 10th of October 2024, all refusing to be responded to. But while you're doing this, while you're refusing to respond to any of my calls, you are having multi-agency meetings with yourself and your partners and associates to find new ways to frame me and continue to in your provocation to provoke and frame me and antagonize me further. Quite clearly, this is what was staged on the 3rd of June 2024, where you had worked with the care home to orchestrate an event where it would be justified for me to act abusively, aggressively, or see my brother in such a bad, disheveled state that would cause me to become anguish and emotional. As you can quite clearly see, Mr. Kenna and Bradford Council, that I keep my emotions in check. You're trying to provoke me in order to get an emotional reaction, and then you look to leverage that and capitalize on my natural human emotional reaction. But you can quite clearly see that you've murdered my own mother, and I've not allowed my emotions to consume me, have I? Now, once again, you're looking to dangle my brother in front of me, trying to emotionally evoke me. If you are people are psychopaths, I'm just like you. I'm no different. I can keep a good control on my emotions. I'm not going to become emotionally involved to a state where I become frantic, which you can then say, oh no, but we're all professionals. We're just calm, cool and collected. We're getting lots of money to go on holiday and relax and not be distressed out. And so we're not emotionally committed in the things that we do. But then from this, behind this corporal veil and privacy and anonymity, we can do acts of tyranny and villainy and debauchery and say, no, we're just professionals doing our job, as has been proven to be the case now with Tracy, the manager at Sunningdale. Oh no, we've got the best interests of Talib in heart. We're just professionals doing our job. When the reality was that you quite clearly staged that event. Oh, Mr. Hussain, don't record us, don't come down and record us, so then we can look to trap you. And how did that work out exactly? It was a complete abysmal failure on your part, because it was quite clearly and evidentially, and I no doubt you've seen the videos right now, there was nothing. That was a very successful visit, and then subsequently after the visit you needed to find some pretext, or he was agitated after the visit, when I managed to speak to my brother the following day, and he told me that they were deliberately antagonizing him, disturbing his sleep, making sure he becomes agitated. So the agitation was not as a result of my visit, it was as a result of your co-opting or coerciveness and clearly to antagonize and trigger my brother, so then you can justify his emotional response and say, oh, he was becoming agitated. So what if he was becoming agitated? He did not become agitated when I was ringing him up, so why have I not been able to speak to him subsequently? Because you know the fact that what my brother's saying has validity, and I am recording and publicizing it, because obviously I am his voice, you understand? I'm his brother, carer, nearest relative, next of kin, all which you're trying to remove and disassociate from. You're getting me to make video, you're getting me to write everything down, you're getting me to make evidence for you to utilize for your benefit. Well, it's not going to be utilized for your benefit. If I'm leaving evidence, it's for my own benefit, isn't it? I recorded that session, I publicized it to everybody. Even the Prime Minister of this country can watch me having a very successful session there, and subsequently for you to then state that, oh no, he became agitated, that's all down to your interpretation. Basically you're just making a whole mockery of the whole entire legal system. You know, there's a saying that the law is an ass. I choose to disagree. I say the law is a dirty little bitch that you're controlling and manipulating and prostituting out. You the local authority, have got no respect for the British judicial system or the legal system, because you know the fact that you can. It's very difficult to respect somebody who you are sodomizing regularly by purchasing their services. It's very difficult for you to respect somebody who you are making the subject of your bukkake parties. So this is the reality of it. You have no respect for the law. I have respect, and I and fellow citizens have respect for the law, because ultimately we can't defend ourselves. We put away our muskets and pistols and swords and relying on the state's judicial system to give us justice, to protect our rights. So we have a great deal of respect for the law, obviously, and there are serious consequences for us to break the law, namely going to prison. So we, the citizens, have a great deal of respect for the law and need the law to be just and equitable, which you, the local authority, and the state would claim are. But the reality is that the law, the legal system is your little bitch to do as you please. You're buying off the judges and the courts and the judicial system to serve your benefit. And then you're sitting back in your ivory towers, machinating and scheming and plotting and contriving a situation. That's what happened on the 3rd of June, wasn't it? It was a complete and abysmal failure because the bail conditions, there's no more bail conditions to prevent me from seeing my brother. So so effectively, you've still got the bail conditions in place. And why did the West Yorkshire Police put 9-month bail condition to prevent me from seeing my brother? That's because that's what you instructed them to do, isn't it? The West Yorkshire Police work for you, so that you're not fearful of the police, but because the police can't arrest you because you pay the police. The police are your servants, so they work for you. They don't work independently. And here we are. This is exactly as I explained to my email and to Mr. Browell, is that this is exactly what you machinated on the 23rd of September 2018. Nothing's lost to me, and as you can quite clearly see, you staged an event so I would become agitated and irate at seeing seeing my niece at the Linfield Mount Hospital, when I've come down with authority from my brother to come and see him after you had kidnapped him on the 3rd of August. You could only detain him for 28 days before having to then extend that section 2 and proceed to make a court proceedings to remove me as nearest relative. And so in order for you to get leverage on that, you had to, on the 23rd of September 2018, look to stage an event, and that was another abysmal failure, innit? You knew the fact that any normal person would have become irate, agitated, and aggressive seeing my niece, whom you had previously privately commissioned to make lies and commit acts of perjury against me, so she could financially profiteer from the murder of her father, which you had where she had assisted you, and which you had done a decade ago. So you had deliberately, on the 23rd of September 2018, 6 years ago, staged an event so that I could become irate and agitated to prevent me from seeing my brother any further. I can always see through your deceptive, lying, cunning, conniving ways, and this is one of the reasons that I did not go.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
As I was saying, Mr. Kenna, this is one of the reasons that I failed to visit my mother or arrange to see her before you murdered her contrived, or we are trying to get an arrangement together. I was quite clearly the same conditions that you had set then in order for me to see my mother through the court procedures then, which you are now setting to see my brother. This is you basically made the court of protection you're subservient to you, so you undermine the whole British legal system in order to target and victimize me and my family. These are the British values that you espouse. So this is one of the reasons that I didn't go see my mother. And I remember Mr. Justice Cohen saying, "Oh, Mr. Hussain, but why did you not go see your mother?" Because I knew, I was thinking to myself, yeah, you would have liked that, wouldn't you? So you could be further justified in sending me to prison for finding another pretext.
You've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. Message sent. Goodbye.
Yeah. So these are the things they sit there in the ivory towers, both the Bradford Council, West Yorkshire Police, Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Services, the Public Guardian, but most importantly, all the judges and the judiciary, all the British judges and the judiciary, senior justices are dirty little prostituting whores to the Bradford Council, who chooses to maintain the narrative that they are egalitarian and benevolent and impartial. Well, the judges claim to be impartial, and they're not, because they're all selling out to the local authority. Completely ridiculous and horrendous. But here we go again, so many years later.